guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this video is a little bit different to the ones that I normally do. It is quite a difficult subject to talk about really, but a lot of people have asked me to make this video, and if it can help one person then it's definitely worth me doing it. So what to do after a failed round of IVF. So most people that follow me will know that I've now got twin boys and I had my twins through IVF. You can watch previous videos about what I did different, the cycle that I was successful. You can watch previous videos as to like when I first talked about the fact that I was infertile. I hate that word, but the fact that I couldn't have children naturally. And yeah, you can kind of document the journey all through previous videos. Obviously in the end I was successful. It took 3 attempts. So I have been through 2 failures. Was abandon the cycle, which was quite distressing, freeze all the eggs that I'd managed to produce, and then operate on the polyps, get rid of them, and then let me heal and then do the transfers. So the first transfer obviously failed. For me, after the first failure, I'm not very good with failure, full stop. Like anything I do, I put my all into it. I give it 100%. I'm not a quitter. I'm quite a strong person like that. Like with my weight loss, lost 3 stone in 3 months. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. But with IVF, you haven't got that control. So I'm a bit of a control freak. You haven't got that control because at the end of the day, it's down to your body, whether it works or not, and to all the other outside influences such as the drugs and things like that. So after the first failure, I was quite upset, and I've learned from the first failure because I was upset. I mean, I bounced back quite quickly because that's again just who I am, but I didn't really want to talk to anyone about it. I just kind of wanted to like shut myself away a little bit, and that is not the way to handle an IVF failure. I'll come on to the tips in a minute, but it's just not the way to handle it. And then the second attempt, when that failed, I felt different emotions then. Rather than being like sad and upset, I was more angry and frustrated that I'd kind of, invested all that time, put so much effort, I've been doing all the injections and blah, 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 and it didn't work, so I was mad. I was really mad. And again, that's not the best way to handle it. So I've just learned loads from going through those 2 cycles. And with the 3rd cycle, I had a completely different attitude. And I did things different, as you can see in the other video that I've made, which I'll link below. And that was the time that I was successful, which is just, honestly, I look at them now and I still can't believe that they're mine. I'm not going to show them in this video because I think that's really insensitive, because a lot of people will be watching this video after a failed IVF attempt. So the last thing you want to be seeing potentially would be them. But again, I'll come on to that in a minute as well. So my top tips. I've made a note on my phone. You will have to excuse me, I'm very sleep deprived at the moment. But yeah, so the first thing that I would recommend doing, and it is what I did after my 2nd failure, and I think that this helped with my 3rd attempt, and it's just to take some time out. Take some time out. Again, I'm a bit like a bull at a gate. I want to do things now. I'm very spontaneous. Once I make my mind up, that's it, I'm doing it. But with IVF, it's actually quite beneficial to take a little bit of a time out, because you can go again after one like menstrual cycle, and initially you might think, yeah, I just want to go again, I just want to do it now. But the thing is, mentally and physically, it is quite good to have a little bit of a break. Now, I'm not a doctor, so this is only my personal experience and my personal advice, but getting the drugs out of your system again, I think, is a really good thing to do. And it's actually what a lot of private hospitals where you pay encourage you to do. So just have a bit of a break, get off the drugs again, and just go and do things that you wouldn't have been able to do if you had got pregnant. So me and Chris were like, right, we're going to go away. We went to Sandbanks, never been anywhere like that before, wanted to go somewhere completely different. We went away for the weekend, drank loads of cocktails, had some time together where we talked through everything, and it was just fantastic. I decided to also take Christmas off, so I had a couple of months break, and again got drunk with my family, just ate, drank and was merry, and that was really important for me, just to have a bit of time out. So that's my first tip. My second tip, if I just get my list up, is it's like I said earlier, to have fun, but also it's to see your family and friends and talk and be honest. You can feel sad. that's fine. You can feel angry, that's fine too. You know, you can be absolutely mortified, crying into your pillow every day. You know, you can feel however you want to feel, but try not to feel it on your own. It's quite a natural thing to shut down and maybe sometimes not even talk to your partner, or take it out on your partner, or take it out on people. That's the doorbell, we'll ignore it. Or take it out on people you know, that might have got pregnant themselves, and it's not their fault. You know, people are going to get pregnant, that's just the way of the world. You can't be bitter about that, because that will eat you up. So just talk to people. If you don't want to talk to family or friends, there's two other tips I can give you. One is there's a massive anonymous social media community of people that have been through IVF. So if you would rather talk to people that you don't even know, you can create this profile where it's just an IVF profile. You don't even need to say your name, don't put pictures of yourself, whatever, and everybody supports each other. So you could do that, or you could get professional help and actually go and see a specialist, a counsellor that is trained to deal with people in these sort of circumstances. But it's definitely important to talk. My next tip is absolutely, whatever you do, do not blame yourself. It's not your fault. You know, you can't control it. Like I said earlier, I'm a control freak, and it would be very easy to think, oh, I did that wrong, or, you know, I did this wrong. I read once that somebody had seen a spider and they were scared of spiders, and after their transfer they jumped, and like, because they were scared of the spider and they were worried that that's why it failed. Some people are scared to go to the toilet in case it falls out. It's not going to fall out from going to the toilet. Some people are scared to even laugh. Laughter is actually, in a lot of studies, been proven to actually aid implantation. So I don't know. I watched a lot of comedies when I was going through my third transfer, and it really helped to lift my mood, and it really helped me to just relax and just feel positive. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about things like that. Don't blame yourself. It is not your fault. It's a medical thing. It's to do with your body. It's to do with the chromosomes and the hormones and the embryo, and you know, all of that. There's so many different variables as to why it might not have worked. You're not one of them. It is not your fault. Next, okay, exercise and eat well. So in between cycles, it is tempting to think, right, I'm just going to eat loads of rubbish, I'm going to comfort eat and la la la. It's dead important, and they do advise this if you have got weight to lose as well, is to eat healthy. You know, healthy body, healthy mind. Eat well, feel well, eat crap, feel crap. You know, it's that type of mentality. Don't deprive yourself, you know, don't go on some sort of strict diet or anything. Like I do slimming mode, and I can still have things that I want to have. But try and get yourself physically in a really good place as well. Because if you eat well and you exercise, you're going to be relaxed, and you're going to feel in a better place to take on the next round. So my next tip is try and de-stress. Stress is quite a common reason where people find that it might have failed. Stress isn't the reason it fails. And I was chatting to somebody about this the other day actually. Stress is more like a symptom or a trigger. Stress can do things to your body that are not good for IVF. So it scares me when people message me and they're really anxious and they're really stressed because they're going to go through IVF. It really scares me because I think, oh, it's not a good place to be, and it's really hard. It is really, really hard. But however you choose to de-stress, whether that's massages, going on walks, you know, going for a swim, going to get your hair done, your nails done, whatever, I don't know. However you choose to de-stress, please do try and relax and de-stress. Try and remain positive. And again, you know, you might think, oh, how the hell can I stay positive? I've just, you know, gone through this, you know, journey to try and have a baby, which I really, really want, and it's failed and I'm absolutely devastated. How the hell do I stay positive? What's the alternative? You know, you wallow in it, you're negative, you're going to make yourself feel worse. You know, if you can just try and think, right, okay, it didn't work, it doesn't mean that the next one won't work. It just takes one, or in my case two, for it to implant and for you to be successful. I'm a massive believer in The Secret. Again, if you watch my other videos, then you'll see that I have a very positive mental attitude. I visualize things working. I believe things are going to work. I put it into the universe to try and, you know, be grateful of this thing that I'm going through, and hopefully I'll get a positive outcome. So having a positive mental attitude is really, really, really important. And try and take inspiration from other IVF IVF success stories. I was a bit nervous about talking about my success because I know a lot of people followed me that had been going through IVF, and I didn't want to rub it in their face that I've now got twins. But at the same time, oh my God, I've waited a long time for these babies, so of course I'm going to share pictures. I am bursting with pride about them. So I am going to want to talk about it because that's my life and that's what I talk about on social media, is my life. Luckily, so many people have contacted me saying that my story gives them hope. Like, how amazing is that? So the fact that we have been successful actually makes them think, well, okay, well, if she's been successful, so can I be? And that's true. You know, seeing other people's success stories ideally should give you some sort of inspiration, a bit like a weight loss before and after. You know, if you see all these people losing weight, you know, that inspires me. So let it inspire you and let it make you think, oh, actually, dreams do come true, because they do. And then just look at all your other options. So after my second failure, I mean, you get obsessed anyway, you Google everything, like you literally research it non-stop. But after my second failure, I thought, right, I'm gonna have a private appointment and I'm gonna put everything into this one. So I went for a private appointment, which I paid for, and it was just more in depth, and I just got, you know, everything clear in my head. I went armed with everything that I wanted to, and we just had such a good meeting, and that put me in a really good headspace as well. I felt really confident that the procedure and the protocol and all of that we were going to try for this third round was the right thing to do. So that's also a really good idea if you can afford it. I know, you know, a couple of £100 while you're going through IVF is actually a hell of a lot of money, but for me, it made me feel so much better. So that's really it, guys. You know, dreams do come true, like I said earlier, and there'll be a lot of people out there that might have tried 6, 7, 8 times, and unfortunately they have had to call it a day. So I do understand that that's not the case for everybody, but it certainly can work. And if you could just try, you know, after a failure, to apply some of those things that I've just talked about, then fingers crossed, next time will be the time. So, before I get emotional, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I don't just talk about IVF, I talk about weight loss. Obviously I am documenting my twin journey. I talk about fashion, makeup, food, loads of different things. So yeah, hopefully you'll join me on my channel. So, see you soon, guys. Take care.